Shalom, shalom, Yahshua, shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to the Most High Yahweh. I do so in the name of His only begotten Son, Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Yasharallah. Call Haloyim Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai Bahashem, Harakah Kwadash, for blessing our elders with the spirit of truth, so that we may know. Shout out to the Akim and the Akwaf that's keeping the faith and the works. Y'all keep at it. It's your brother Abaya coming at you with more precepts. This is the book of Sirach in the Apocrypha, also known as Ecclesiasticus, chapter 28 and verse 13. It says, "Curse the whisperer and double-tongued, for such have destroyed many that were at peace." All right? And we are about to see an example of such. That word double-tongued means to say one thing in one place and in another say something else about the same thing, right? So basically playing both sides. So with that being said, man, watch this video and I'll be back.
Over the past few days, Canadians were shocked and frankly disgusted by the behavior displayed by some people protesting in our nation's capital. I want to be very clear. We are not intimidated by those who hurl insults and abuse at small business workers and steal food from the homeless. We won't give in to those who fly racist flags. We won't cave to those who engage in vandalism or dishonor the memory of our veterans.
There's a new trend on social media tonight, #WhereIsJustinTrudeau. It's not a rhetorical question. It's not funded by Canada's opposition either. It's a genuine query of ordinary Canadians. Where is their Prime Minister? Unfortunately, nobody knows. Trudeau says he has contracted the Wuhan virus, but no one knows where he's isolating. Normally, he would be in his Ottawa office on Mondays. Today, he wasn't. He and his family were moved to an undisclosed location. In other words, he fled. Do you know why? Because the white knight of democracy could not handle a protest. Let me show you what's happening in Ottawa. The streets have been taken over by protesters. We're talking about thousands of them, mostly truckers. They're calling it the Freedom Convoy. Some of them are carrying banners denouncing Trudeau. Some of them drove in on their massive trucks. Some of them are not even truckers. They're ordinary residents of Ottawa, but all of them are protesting the same thing, vaccine mandates. You see, Canada has imposed a new rule for entering the US. To cross the border, you must be vaccinated. No jab, no trap. But Canadian truckers are not impressed. Some of them are anti-vax. They do not want to get the vaccine. So what did they do? Well, they're truckers. They did what they do best. They hit the roads. Some of them have blocked the major highways linking to the US. Others drove into Ottawa to clog the capital. Now, let me make one thing clear. We do not...
All right, so these people were at peace at one time, delivering their goods from one place to another. Then here come Esau with the slick talk. This is the book of Psalms. Let's see. Psalms chapter 94 and verse 20. It says, "Shall the throne of iniquity have fellowship with thee, which frameth mischief by a law?" All right, here come Esau with these laws, right, to tamper with people's peace. We're going to get into the double tongue in just a minute, but I just wanted to bring out that point.
This protest. We do not approve of this cause. Vaccines are your best bet against the Wuhan virus. By not getting jabbed, these truckers are putting themselves in danger. Having said that, what is Justin Trudeau up to? He's the Prime Minister of Canada. His job is to create consensus. If truckers are resisting him, he must reach out to them. Instead, Trudeau fled. Is he in a war bunker? Is he getting a haircut? Is he rethinking the vaccine mandate? Nobody knows. What do you think Trudeau should have done instead? Well, why don't we ask the man himself? Meet Justin Trudeau from December 2020. Around the time when farmers were protesting in India, that Trudeau was full of ideas, how to reach out, how to handle the protests, how to broker peace. He was passionate and proactive in offering advice. Let me quote what he said about India. The situation, he said, is concerning. We are all very worried about family and friends. Let me remind you, Canada will always be there to defend the rights of peaceful protesters. We believe in the process of dialogue. We've reached out through multiple means to the Indian authorities to highlight our concerns. If only we could get this message to Trudeau's secret cubbyhole. I'm not saying the situation in Ottawa is not challenging. The protests are certainly daunting. But there hasn't been violence. So far, the protests have been peaceful. So why hasn't Prime Minister Trudeau reached out to the protesters? Where is the process of dialogue? Actually, forget dialogue. Why not release a statement or at least a tweet? It's not like Trudeau got locked out of the internet. Here's something he retweeted today. He's celebrating a football victory. Canada's men's football team beat the Americans. I'm sure it's a big deal for Canada. But is it more important than these pictures? Thousands of truckers camping in the national capital. Temperature minus 20 degrees Celsius. Trudeau may disagree with their views. So do we. But his response is two-faced. When the protests happen in India, it's the government's fault. The cops are tyrants, the ministers are unresponsive. But when the protests happen in Canada, the narrative changes. Guess what Trudeau calls these truckers? A small fringe minority holding unacceptable views, his words. But that's precisely what the Indian government also said, that the farmer protests were being organized by a minority. The similarities don't end there. Like all protests, this one too needs financial support. So where is that money coming from? Online campaigns. Around 33% of the donors are anonymous. No names, no address. Canada's intelligence agencies say they suspect a foreign hand. They say the truckers could be getting money from abroad. Again, that's precisely what happened in India. Khalistani elements penetrated the protests. Funds were flowing in from abroad, some said. But in 2020, Trudeau did not care. He wanted to protect his vote bank in Canada, so he dived into the internal affairs of a sovereign country. Today, when he faces a similar situation, he flees. He pretends like nothing is happening, and the Canadian media is playing along. Here's what the CBC is reporting. The Canadian Broadcasting Company, CBC. After 2 days of protests, Ottawa residents are feeling the effects. Some workers and volunteers say they're worried about safety. Does this sound familiar to you? The same thing happened during the farmers' protest in India. Major highways were blocked. On Republic Day, New Delhi was overrun by tractors. But criticizing that was apparently insensitive. If you condemn that, you are muzzling democracy. I guess it only applies to New Delhi, not to Ottawa or Vancouver or Montreal. I'm not saying Trudeau should surrender to these anti-vaxxers. I'm saying he should stick by his own words. He should read out to them. What if the protesters resort to violence? What if they disrupt daily life? Even then, Trudeau must follow his own words, talks and dialogue. Remember, that's what he asked India to do.
All right, so you got double tone, you got lies, man, you got all kind of nonsense that comes with Esau. All right, this ain't nothing new. That's how that man operate. All right, but this man is operating in a way that's gonna rile up the people that already has, as you can see. All right, so this is the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 9 and verse 3. It says, therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. Right? For like as all that is made in the world hath a beginning and an end, and the end is manifest. This how we know we there. Because it ain't just uproars of people in Canada. It's all around the world. Right? And this ain't something that just happened today. It's been going on for quite a while. All of the prophecies have been going on for quite a while. And it's just getting worse and worse and worse. Right? Now, we talking about truckers here. Now, what do truckers transport? They transport food, household items, right, and other things. So now we got a famine in the midst of this. And this ain't nothing new as well. If you can't see that this place is done, man, you got a problem. Because clearly Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai on his way. Because the end is manifest. Alright? So I'm going to end it there. Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai Ratazah. These precepts in this video are edifying. Call Haloyim Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai Bahashem Harakah Kudash. Shalom Yashal.